So this is the Rivergate area where a young woman, got hit by a stray. Like this past Saturday night. And this is Showmars where, but let me tell you something for real. These two restaurants right here, hood. So I mean, come on, let's be real. We already knew something was gonna pop off, and a lot of new strange neighbors in here now. They got the police in there now, right now, as they record. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Steele Creek, I hate to say it, slowly but surely going down. Downhill, that is. Say it isn't so. Say it isn't so. And it is. And not gonna lie, man, I thought that Steele Creek would be the last to fall out of all of the areas that's in parts of Charlotte. I just thought that this would be the last place to fall. Why? Because it's just so way out. It's away from the chaos. This is the reason why, when I first got here, I drove out here and I was like, man, I fell in love with it. No lie. I had to get out here. So what I did is I applied at this apartment complex called the Park at Steele Creek. I'm glad that I didn't get accepted because that I learned later on that was hood. So I applied for this apartment called the Park at Steele Creek. Located off of South Tryon. It's the intersection of South Tryon and Carowinds Boulevard, right? I got denied. And I was kind of crushed because I was like, hold on, I don't have really nothing on my credit. But then that was the problem. I didn't have nothing on my credit. My credit score wasn't high enough, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I actually drove through the area, because I thought that I was actually gonna live out there. So, I'm driving further down. Now this is like the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? It's like 2009. So the Steele Creek area is not really Steele Creek area. People call it the Steele Creek area, but nobody really knows about the area. Seriously, like, unless you drive out there, you won't know. Well, I'll put it to you like this. Unless you know someone out there in the Steele Creek area at the time, in the early 2000s, nobody knew anything existed out there. And that's what made the Steele Creek area a utopia, because nobody ever knew. And the people that knew about Steele Creek are the ones that lived there. And the ones that lived there was like, shh, we don't want any hood, us, and you know what I mean, the N-word, to mess this up. So, fast forward to 2022. A lot has changed. I remember the Rivergate area. I remember its inception. I remember when they first started building like Super Target. I remember Publix when it was Bilo. I remember when Steele Creek wasn't even Steele Creek Road. I remember it wasn't even busy at all. But now to live in that area, or the Steele Creek area overall, it's just, I'm telling you, my lease is up. I'm not going to tell y'all exactly when, but I am definitely considering moving out of Steele Creek because they have torn this area up in pieces. And now people wondering why violence is entering into the Steele Creek area. You want to know why? Because you're having traffic flow back and forth through South Tryon, through Steele Creek. You're putting up apartments on the left and the right hand side where people can't. Like the street the traffic is chaotic in Steele Creek area. And as you're doing that, you're slowly but surely pushing people that lived on West Boulevard. And I'm not trying to say that everybody that lived on West Boulevard are so-called a hood, are troublemakers. That's not what I'm saying. But guess what? The ones that you pushed out due to your little gentrification thing, they came over here. And I can tell you that the crime that I'm seeing nowadays in Steele Creek is like, come on, you gotta be kidding me. The people that I'm seeing moving in this area, it's like, come on, you gotta be kidding me. And you know what I mean by that. You know what I mean by that. Just the other night, the area that I just showed you, the Rivergate area, just the other night, I seen 2 kids on one of them handicapped little motor things. I forgot what you call them, but for those that are handicapped and they can just sit in it and push the button and stroll through the grocery store and stuff like that. Kid was popping a wheelie in the middle of the street. I'm trying to beep the horn to get him out of the street. He's sticking his middle finger up. Yo, I'm telling you. And then it's like kids like just everywhere and I'm like, yo, where the parents at? Yo, I'm telling you straight up, Steele Creek has gone to shit. Not lying. They're tearing this fucking place apart. And that's real talk. Can't even get down Steele Creek Road. You want to know why? Because these dumbasses are building apartments on the left and the right hand side. So once the apartments are completed, the traffic's gonna be, it's already fucking bad here. The traffic's gonna be even worse. And that's the point that I'm making, man. What used to be a utopia, what used to be this quiet as kept place that sat quietly behind Carroll Winds, the amusement park, is now leading the shit, man. Straight up. So in that Rivergate area that I showed you in the very beginning of the video, right? Some people will beg to differ that Showmars, especially Showmars, is hood. I'm not saying Showmars is hood. I'm saying nowadays the type of crowd, especially later as the evening progresses, the crowd has changed. And then also on top of that, that Chinatown, it's a Chinese food restaurant. You're gonna attract any hood nigga. It's just that plain and simple. So I don't know whether y'all realize this or not, but whenever you have a Chinese food restaurant, right? Not a Chinese food restaurant where you can sit down and you drink your, sake and stuff like that and sip on some tea and nah. We ain't talking about your, the real authentic Chinese food restaurant. No, we're talking about where they cook cat and dog. That's Chinatown. And of course, like I said before, need I say more? Chinese food attracts roaches and black people. Well, let me take it back. Let me be technical. Niggas. That plain and simple. I just seen so I'm gonna say this real quick, and then I'm gonna take it back a little bit. We're gonna turn back the hands of time just a little bit, right? So I just saw in that same shopping area, like right next to, so you have Harris Teeter. Let me just give you the layout with the store, the stores. So right on the corner you have Showmars. Then right next to it you have Chinatown. Yeah, Chinese food restaurant. Then you have Harris Teeter restaurant, grocery store, excuse me. And then you have the UPS store, a jewelry store, and now they're about to build. And then they have on the corner this like this raft, place where you can, get stuff if you're going out to the lake. But in between the jewelry pawns like store and the raft like store, they're about to build a chicken wing. Not about to build it, but they're about to open up a chicken wing spot. It's over. When your community opens up a chicken wing spot, it's hood. It's over. Now let me tell you, I want to take it back a little bit because I do want to tell you what stores used to be there. All right. So right on the corner, Nothing But Noodles is in the public shopping area, right? right across the street. But Nothing But Noodles used to be Showmars. And then you had Chinatown. Chinatown always been there. But it wasn't hood. It wasn't hood like it is now. You had Harris Teeter, you know what I'm saying? There was no gas station or nothing like that. They're building the gas station right there too. And then you had UPS, and then right next to UPS you had Subway, and then right next to Subway you had Supercuts. That was there. Now all we got is hood shit. Chinatown, chicken wing spot, and everybody loves Showmars, and it shows straight up. Cause all of the people that walk out there, what? Yo, stop it. But yeah, man, it's going to shit. Motherfuckers getting shootouts in Walmart off of Steele Creek. South Tryon. That's in Steele Creek. They consider that area as being Steele Creek. That the Whitehall area, Whitehall Common shopping area, that Walmart right there. Yo, let me tell you something, man. I'ma forewarn y'all. For those that don't know what's going on in Charlotte, I'ma forewarn y'all, man. The minute that they said it was okay, and COVID thing, it ain't that bad anymore, is when things just turned around. And now it just seems as though to me that at one point in time you thought, okay, they're building here and there and there. Yeah, I don't really like it, you know what I'm saying? But now you're like, you're starting to understand things. For those that like really, really think about shit, you're starting to understand it. You're like, hold on. These motherfuckers are not really like building here and there. They're building a whole new city to put on top of the old one. That's my word. Straight up. They're building a whole new city. Steele Creek is not like how it used to be, man, prior to the COVID shit. And it's just that plain and simple. Steele Creek will never be the same. Never be the same. It's too much shit happening. Too much shit happening, man. And it's like, I hate to say it like this, but it's just the truth, man. When I say roaches and niggas, and I you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about all races. You know what I'm saying? There's niggas in each and every race. So when you push people out with your whole gentrification thing, and people can't afford to live in a city, guess what? They're gonna be pushed out to move in places like Steele Creek. Ballotard is like MC Hammer. You can't touch this. The only reason why they allow Steele Creek to go to shit is because it's diverse. It's like a lot of black people in this area, a lot of successful black people in this area, and most of the white people are like on the outskirts. So they're more going towards like Lake Wiley. You go out there, what is it, Palisades? Psh, please. They got a golf course in the Palisades. Need I say more? So yeah, man, I hate to put it to you all like this, but hey, you want to come out here? You want to live out here nowadays? Make sure you get your CCW, my brother, my sister. And if you don't know what a CCW is, you better look it up. Straight up. Because it's like that now. And it's gotten to the point where, my lease is up sometime soon, and I'm reconsidering, man. And I never thought that I would think this way. I never thought that I would be the one to speak on the Steele Creek area like I have and continue to do. Because it's just gotten that bad. It's not that bad to the point where, if I get in my car and I drive to the Berwick Town Center and I go get me a haircut from No Grease and Carolina Premium Outlet Mall, like I'm gonna get shot. It's not that. But it's getting to the point where, you're starting to see people that you and trust me, it's not like I know everybody in this area. It's impossible for me to know everyone in this area. But when you see someone that just looks out of place. And I'm telling you, nowadays, I'm seeing a lot of motherfuckers that look out of place. Now, you may say, well, you know what? They'll never come here. The riffraff, the Negroes, the niggers, and all the rest of that shit. They'll never come to Steele Creek because the rent is extremely high and all of that. What? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about niggas, because I used to be one, right? A nigga, as long as he or she gets accepted to an apartment or a house, as long as she has or he has the first month's rent and the deposit, a nigga, straight up, that's a nigga's mentality. I got that. Once I get in, I'll figure the rest out. But listen, by the time he figures the rest out or she figures the rest out, those are niggas. So now you got nigga neighbors. And this motherfucker is gonna be here for at least another 2 months. He already paid for 1 month. That's 1 month gone. And then the second month is the apartment complex doing whatever it can legally to get him out or her out. Within that 2 month time frame, niggas gonna nig. Somebody gonna get shot. Somebody gonna get hurt. And it's a shame what happened to that young lady at Showmars. Straight up. And it's a shame what's going on in the Rivergate area. It's a shame what's going on in Steele Creek. And I wish it just would all end, but it's not. It's just gonna get worse. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? I went out there the other day because, you know, I exercise in that area too. I run through there and all of that stuff, right? I went out there the other day, and no lie, a dude was talking on the phone and talking about some, yo, I'm gonna get this motherfucker, this and that. So pulled out the gun. I said, all right, time to go. Even though I got mine on me, but I don't get in no shit. That shit right there ain't none of my business. Ain't none of my concern. So I got in my car and I left. But this is the type of fuckery that's going on in Steele Creek now, the Steele Creek area. And it's crazy because it's really, really sad, man. It's really, really sad when I look at the video I did called A Tour Around Charlotte, North Carolina. I forgot what part it was, but it was Steele Creek area. And I can see at that point in time, you know, when I did that video, like, first and foremost, I know Charlotte's gonna get at me. Not get at me, but I know Charlotte, one of these days, Charlotte's gonna get in contact with me. Why? Because I've done so many tours around Charlotte, and I didn't even realize it while I was recording that I was recording the old Charlotte. So I got a video that I did about the Steele Creek area, and that video that I did, it was like about 2 years ago. That shit don't look nothing like how Steele Creek looks now. So yeah, I was telling y'all years back, yo man, move to Steele Creek area. It's this, it's that. 2 years later. Yo, the shit's going to shit. No lie, man. No lie. It's gotten ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I was thinking about Tika K, because Tika K is right up the street from the Rivergate area. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about moving to Tika K or moving further up Lake Wiley, but I don't really like South Carolina. You understand? So I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to think about this thing. For real. It's just a shame that, you know, a place that was a utopia, it was, man, I remember nights, man. This is my word. When I stayed in two of the apartment complexes that's like really like the best apartment complexes to stay in, you know what I'm saying? Which is Bexley and Enclave. And both of them were walking distance to, you know, the grocery store. And it's crazy, the irony that I'm saying this. So at that time, Harris Teeter used to be 24 hours, 24/7. So just imagine for you New Yorkers, right? Just imagine going to a bodega, but it's a grocery store, and you don't have no plexiglass, none of that shit. You walk in, you good. You could get buy whatever in a grocery store, right? So you know, I remember, man, nights I'll not wake up, but I'll be up like late looking at YouTube or some shit like that. It'd be 2 a.m. I'm like, yo, man, I want some goddamn Breyers ice cream and some fucking Jelly Bellies. And I will walk to the store to get it. And I ain't feel no kind of way. Every now and then I would get startled, because I would be walking through some woods and stuff like that, walk beside some woods and stuff like that. And at that time, Rivergate was so quiet and so new that what startled me that was in the grass were rabbits. Straight up. Man, it was beautiful out here at one time, man. And now it's just going to shit. And it's just that plain and simple. So the next spot we're going to do is University City. They tearing that place up too. That place was actually, that place was cursed before. Still creep. You understand? So we're going to check that out. I'm familiar with the area. I used to live out in that area. I stayed off of W.T. Harris Boulevard, so I know all about that area. It's not too many areas in Charlotte that I don't know about. You understand? Yo, tune in. Tune into the channel. I'm telling you, if you want to move here, this is the channel to be at. For real. It's two things I want to before I get you all out of here. It's two things I want to say. First thing is, I'm going to start the tours around Charlotte again. So, for those that are not familiar with the tours that I used to do, I would go, around Charlotte or in and around Charlotte to different neighborhoods and communities, apartment complexes and stuff like that, and just record. So people can see, get a visual of what's it like, in Charlotte. And then the second thing I'm going to open back up, in which I stopped due to COVID, is, the tours around Charlotte, like the virtual one, of course, but the second one would be the physical one, meaning that for those that want to hire me or book me to be your tour guide, let me know. So this is how it works for those that are not familiar with it, right? Or haven't hired me, but in the past. So let's say, for example, you live in Indiana, right? You want to move to Charlotte. So you get in contact with me, you DM me, you say, hey, Langston, man, I want to book, a certain amount of hours for, me to see the city, right? With you. All right? I say, all right, cool, right? So then, we get everything, the time, schedule, all of that stuff ironed out, right? So you catch a flight out here, you rent the car, you provide the gas. All I do is sit in the front seat and tell you wherever you want to go. Show you wherever you want to go to. That plain and simple. If you say, hey man, I want to drive around and I want you to show me every vegetarian restaurant, that's what I'm going to do. Hey man, I want to drive around, I just want you to show me the hoods, that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to open that back up. Yo, there's some big things coming. Straight up. Stay tuned. Other than that, my name is Langston 292. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and definitely share this video. Peace.